Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is a show my people. Belize our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. It's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. No respect on selfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes. WB. And all the things that will feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play a role, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's not so we no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. WB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is just show my people. Belize our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. It's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. No respect on selfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes. WB. And all the things that will feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and
greetings and morning, and welcome to Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes Talk Show for this morning, Wednesday, December 10th, 2026. I am Sister YaYa Marin Coleman, sitting in for Brother Most High this morning, and give thanks to wake up. We know a good mind. We can move our body. Give thanks for joining me. We're on there until 9 o'clock this morning with a live stream on XTV Belize Facebook page and YouTube page. And the first thing we're going to do, we're going to get the weather update from the National Meteorological Service, the forecaster Catherine Comerbatch. And after that, we'll have a first news brief provided by XTV Newsroom under the leadership of our dynamic editor, Sister Marin.
Good morning, Belize. A light and relatively moist airflow prevails. The 24-hour forecast for Belize and her coastal waters calls for sunny skies today with cloudy intervals, and high temperatures today are expected to reach 84 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, to 86 inland, and 77 over the mountains. Tonight, the skies will be cloudy at times with low temperatures of 76 degrees Fahrenheit along coastal areas, to 68 inland and 63 in the higher elevations. A few showers and a low chance for isolated thunderstorms to develop offshore and along some coastal areas during the morning hours. These activities will move to inland areas during the afternoon and evening hours and then redevelop along coastal areas tonight and tomorrow morning. The winds will blow from the north to northwest at 5 to 10 knots and the sea state will be light chop. A low tide will occur at 8:53 this morning, a high at 2:57 in the afternoon, a low at 8:28 tonight, and a high at 2:31 tomorrow morning. The sun will rise at 12 minutes past 6 and set at 18 minutes past 5. The moon set this morning at 16 minutes past 11 and will rise at 16 minutes past 11 tonight. The outlook for Thursday and Thursday night is for a few showers to develop over most areas, but more so along the coast. In the sargassum forecast, surface and satellite observations suggest that no significant sargassum mats are over the area. Therefore, impacts, if any, from sargassum over the next few days will be minimal. And that's your morning forecast that was prepared here at the National Meteorological Service.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989, Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
Gills Point, Manatee, the historic Creole village in the Belize district on Tuesday saw its Christmas Bram and Samba inscribed on UNESCO's representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. The nomination was adopted at the 20th session of the Intergovernmental Committee in New Delhi, India. This week's inscription follows the recognition of the Garifuna language, music, and dance, Belize's first element to be incorporated. A Belize delegation headed by Belize's UNESCO Secretary General Irene Palacio Morgan traveled to India for the historic event. She was accompanied by Rolando Cocom, the director of ISCR Niche, April Martinez, Living Heritage Officer, Celine Solis from the National Creole Council, Emmett Young, master drummer from Gills Point, and Charlene Andruin, master dancer from Gills Point. After the inscription became official, Cocom addressed the committee, highlighting the importance of such a declaration for Gills Point and Belize as a whole.
On behalf of the government and people of Belize and of the Gills Point community and the National Creole Council, we extend our sincere gratitude for approving Belize's nomination of Christmas Bram and Sambai of Gills Point Malante Village to the representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. We are deeply honored to receive this international recognition. Christmas Bram and Sambai, like many expressions from our Caribbean region, embody the cultural creativity, spirituality, and endurance of African descendants who overcame enslavement and whom we must support in the process to repair the injustice committed. This inscription reaffirms the value of the 2003 Convention as a space where communities may present their living heritage with dignity and where state parties work hand in hand with practitioners to safeguard these traditions for future generations. We are confident that the people of Gills Point and the many practitioners, knowledge bearers, and advocates involved will see this as a meaningful step forward, one that strengthens their efforts to safeguard their values, knowledge, and skills. For Belize, this moment is also a reflection of our strong and ongoing commitment under the 2003 Convention. This second inscription to the representative list comes as a result of many years of capacity building, of public awareness and education, supported by the Secretariat and the generous contributions of state parties. The achievement arrives at a time when coastal communities in small and vulnerable states face increasing threats from climate change and other pressures. As you witnessed this demonstration of Christmas Bram and Sambai, may the sound of the drum in this hallway travel from the beautiful land and people of India to Mother Africa, to the Caribbean, and into our homes nestled in Central America. For Belize and for the people of Gills Point Village, this is a profound honor.
During a UDP press conference Tuesday, Senator Patrick Farber spoke on the tremendous work it took to be inscribed by UNESCO and revealed that the work began during the UDP administration. On the occasion of the International Organization for Migration's 74th anniversary on December 6th, its office in Belize has embarked on 13 days of advocacy that will lead up to International Migrants Day on December 18. The Belize office opened in 2010 and has spearheaded 7 different projects with funding totaling $6 million. At its headquarters in Belize City, Diane Locke, head of office for IOM Belize, yesterday walked us through their accomplishments in the last 5 years. She explained that IOM's activities are tied to the government's efforts to meet Goal 10 of the Sustainable Development Goal that speak to facilitating safe, orderly, and responsible migration and objectives under the Global Compact on Migration. In recent years, IOM Belize has assisted the government with its latest amnesty program, for which 12,765 applications were received from 32 countries and over 10,000 persons were approved. The program lasted over a year and concluded in March 2023. However, there were challenges, and Locke reported that some migrants are still being vetted.
As of, I think yesterday, I was told that there is a little bit under 300 files left to be completed. There's over 10,500 approvals. There's a little bit over 300 denials. And so we're monitoring that very closely because we had continued to support that over time, making sure people got access to their approvals, trying to see how we can source funding for people who are not able to cover the cost of the amnesty. We got some support from UNICEF. They contributed $38,000, and we were able to support 106 persons from that, primarily women and children. And so we're looking for possible other sources of funds that when the amnesty actually closes, that government, and they said it's ending for persons who can't pay, that we could try to see how we can get funding to help them with that. So I think the challenges were with the security vetting, because that was, as I know and I understand, it was very critical for the government, the security vetting part of it. And so to ensure that that was adequately and properly met, I think they explored other options other than just relying on the police. If it was to just rely on the police going to the communities to do interview, they wouldn't be where they are today. So they engaged with, I think, other international partners. I think there was the Interpol check, there was the SIMS check, there was the police record. They utilized a service from a group called GSIF in Central America. So the applications really had to go through that rigorous security screening. And I think that was a part of what caused some of the delay.
Was to complete the vetting of the outstanding applications by the end of the year. IOM in its field visits and hubs met some 8,000 people, of whom about 6,000 applied for amnesty. Locke says the plan is to organize a smaller program so they can be regularized. Just as the United States can provide data on remittances from residents who originated in other countries, Diane Locke, the head of office for the International Organization for Migration in Belize, says they have discussed doing this here.
That is something that we have been talking about. It's one of our 23 objectives to look at in the Global Compact on Migration, that we want to do some more work on this year. We want to do more work on the diaspora, and we want to do more work on remittances. I know the government collects information through the central bank on remittances, but I don't know that there is any mechanism in place to look at the informal exchanges and the informal movement of funds. And I think that if you were to find a mechanism to informally track that, I think you would be surprised that it could be probably similar to what is officially recorded. So those are things that we want to start looking at to see about the remittances. Even cataloging, engaging with the diaspora organizations to see what their contribution is, because it's important. I understand that they're in the Diaspora Relations Unit here in the Ministry of Tourism. We'll be reaching out to them definitely in the new year to learn more about what they're doing, because it's an area that IOM has worked in. There was a diaspora study done here in 2013. It's something that we would want to maybe get back into again, to look at it and to see how how and what we can do in that area.
According to Locke, the majority of migrants are working in areas Belizeans are not working in.
In one of the documents that we gave you, we asked most of these people what were the line of work that they were in. And it's in one of the infographics that we gave you, the detail amnesty. Majority of them were into either, I think, domestic work, or they were into farming, or and working in the industries. And alternatively, they were doing, how do you call this? I wouldn't want to say landscaping, but they were cutting yards and doing that kind of work. I think most Belizeans would say that that is not what they were doing. And so I don't see from the data that we collected, definitely, and that's there in terms of the occupation that they indicated to us that they had for the people we encountered. I don't see that as an issue. What I do see is that because these people are working in these different fields, there were lots of people doing elderly health care. Again, that's an area that you could provide training in, that they could do this better, more qualified. Even in terms of hospitality, if they get training in hospitality, you could work in a resort or you can work in a home. It doesn't matter which one, but a lot of them are doing that domestic work in the homes for people. And I think that type of training for elderly healthcare, domestic cleaning, hospitality management kind of thing that they do at the set, I think that could enhance the skills of these people. Caregivers, day caregivers, we all struggle looking for someone to take care of our kids. I think these are opportunities that these persons who are now legal residents could be given those kinds of training, and they could perform those functions because that is what they have been doing in an informal capacity for a while. So I really don't see where it's displacing anyone.
The majority of amnesty applicants continue to come from Guatemala, followed closely by Honduras and El Salvador. We have
that we're seeing, followed by
Guatemala, very closely Honduras and El Salvador. Those are the three. The top one is Guatemala, and we've seen that in the migration extract of the census. We've seen that in the amnesty. Pretty much in every area that we've looked at, Guatemala is the largest number.
And then, but they would have had to be denied in the last census. Sorry, not census, amnesty, because of our situation.
No. But remember, the amnesty is to grant you permanent residence, not nationality. So the amnesty gives you a permanent residence card. Only after the ICJ ruling is complete can a Guatemalan national who have completed 5 years of permanent residence in Belize, only then can they apply for nationality. Right now, right. Well, remember in the Constitution and in our laws, there is a section that says you can't grant citizenship to persons who citizens of countries who have a claim against your territory. And so as a result of that, there have been no processing of nationality for Guatemalans since 2018.
Yes, for PR.
Yes, you can get permanent residence. That's not citizenship, but you can apply for permanent residence. You can become a permanent resident, but after being a permanent resident for 5 years, only then can you apply for nationality. And until this claim is settled, those persons have to just wait for that to be settled before they can consider becoming a citizen of Belize.
We'll have more from that interview in subsequent newscasts. Tuesday was International Anti-Corruption Day. The UBAD Educational Foundation is taking the opportunity to inform of an upcoming meeting with the National Trade Union Congress, NTUCB, to discuss bringing pressure on the government for an impartial investigation into the Joseph Budna kidnapping. While the NTUCB initially proposed a Senate inquiry, UEF is advocating for an entity similar to CICIG in Guatemala, the International Commission Against Impunity. CICIG was a UN-backed body with financing from different countries tasked with investigating criminal networks and corruption between 2007 and 2019. Today is the 9th of December, so it's 49 days since Joseph Budna was physically assaulted and abducted, and the allegation is that the state complicit in any actions. So UEF sent one letter to the National Trade Union Congress of Belize in October, saying today they will be willing to partner with UEF to hold the state accountable, that the state cannot investigate themselves. and that we have to propose that the government of Belize ask the UN for an independent commission similar to CICIG as Guatemala had. National Trade Union Congress of Belize responded back and said, send it to in a writing. Send it today in a writing, then get back to it. And when we send it in a writing, UBAD Education Foundation, we asked for a meeting with them and we explained to them what we hope for happen. And so this month, UEF, the Vice President of the Human Rights Commission of Belize, Cynthia Pitts, and myself would sit down with representatives from the NTUCB, and we'll use the letter that we sent to NTUCB, which I'll share with XTV, and we'll come out with a reasoning. I'd hope that we hold the government of Belize accountable, that they cannot investigate themselves. But the only way the UN Commission could come in, that if the state asked, and generally the state wouldn't ask for them to investigate them. But in my mind, we have the heart still in our hand with that video that Channel 7 showed, even though, we couldn't show everything, but it showed enough for make we say, yeah, there's a question mark here as far as the government complicity and what would not happen to her. So with that, I feel that we have enough for pressure the state for them to ask the UN for an independent commission. During the 12 years CICIG spent in Guatemala, it investigated hundreds of cases which led to indictments against politicians, judges, military officers, and business elites. Ultimately, dozens, including a former president, were jailed. With the U.S. being the top funder of CICIG, the context now would demand the pursuit of independent financing. The CICIG intention, or why it was created, that never for investigate corruption with impunity in Guatemala, but it turned out that way. They had a 36-year civil war, the Guatemala, from 1960 to 1996, between the Guatemala government and the Guatemalan National Revolutionary Unit, URNG. And so they had for negotiate one end to the conflict between Guatemala and the URNG. They had a United Nations verification mission in Guatemala called MINUGA. Now, human rights organizations and eventually later governments had concern that when MINUGA left Guatemala, that the armed groups could start up again. And so in August and September 2007, there was an agreement between the United Nations and the government of Guatemala, who signed and ratified for this international cooperation known as CICIG for begin operations. So what would be different in Belize is that we would have to approach the government and say exactly what it is that we would want CICIG to do. And again, times have changed, funding not about like before, but that not mean that we shouldn't make one effort. And as I said at the top of this interview, what happened when people organize in their best interest and then the government concede? We're asking to sit down with representatives of NTUCB and reason through that it's not acceptable for the state investigate themselves for sure. So there is quite a bit of interest from some civil society organizations or groups and Belizean people in the talk about it, and but not a best advocate. So it's up to the people to keep this critical conversation on the front burner. If we now hold the state accountable for ensure that this not happen to another Belizean, then there's a precedence if it happen to other Belizean to be abducted or kidnapped. So yes, you're right. It is an uphill battle, yet it's a battle worth fighting. Bring me to the end of this morning's newscast. You could tune in later today on Creme Radio immediately following Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes from 9 to 12. You have Morning Stew, where you get commentary, latest news what happen, and just high vibration, or community radio time. And then at 12:30 on Creme Radio, you have the full news package. At 3 o'clock is the news brief, and at 5:15 is a full news package. Here at XTV at 6 o'clock, there's a full news package. Remember, go to XTV Belize Facebook page, XTV Belize YouTube, share the link, share the link, share the link. We're going to take one quick break, come back, and then that's for we time.
Informative, accurate, current information. Crem's newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
What made me want to start my journey in terms of owning a home was basically me having my own space, my own domain, and having something extremely special for my family. That feeling was indescribable. It was amazing, you know, moving in the first time, seeing all the new furniture, the new paint, the new accessories. I was amazed. Home for the holidays means to me bonding with my family, having an amazing time in the Christmas spirit. I would highly recommend Atlantic Bank's personal loans for home renovations because of what it did for me. I fixed my kitchen, I fixed my storage, I fixed my master bedroom, my showers, you name it, I fixed it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Belize Morning Vibes. That for we time, community conversation. I want to know how this phone they act lately. Phone provider smart. Now please send somebody with capable, efficient, professional for fix the phone. That days now. You need for fix smart people. The number are 280-5848. 280-5848. If you know the work, you know, I need to call me from my cell phone. It's 671-8050. 671-8050. And you could talk about anything what you want to talk about. This is for we space. You could change the conversation at any time. You make my life so much easier, and anybody will host WB life so much easier. When you call in and reason up. At 8 o'clock, we are scheduled to have Brother Dara Robinson in the studio from 8 to 8:30. So we have one whole hour. We're going to take a break at 7:30. When we have a 2 cents can break at 7:30, so I can call and talk about anything. And it'll make my life so much easier. I have to thank Brother Will Mejia for calling WB yesterday and beat the drum that yesterday that my International Anti-Corruption Day. How do you in the United Nations go? They got different days of the year for bring attention to certain. I have on my phone because if somebody call, I have to hear the phone ring. But that I want to turn down the volume because I don't want to ping the go up on my notifications. Yes, so give thanks to Brother Will for call and remind me, because if Will never call in, I sure as heck don't remember. I know in the past we've had activists organize 1 or 2 times in the past about Anti-Corruption Day, and so big respect for Brother Will calling in and holding all the way accountable. So since you call and hold the way accountable, make sure that the beauty of having your own media house, and the media house are for all the way. It's a community radio, so. Want to have stories, want to know there's something in the community where it happened were really good. On a link, on a contact to the security guard at the booth, on a call one of the numbers that we have here, share the news, and then when the news come out, you could share the link. You always go to XTV Belize YouTube page and XTV Belize Facebook page for keep up with the programming, and then you could share the link. I can share, I don't know how I go. I can share my affirmation with you this morning because I appreciate my affirmations. Today's affirmation is one underrated life skill is managing your reactions without suppressing your emotions. Managing your reactions without suppressing your emotions is something I struggle with from time to time, as human as I am. I had to work on it. Yesterday, I went in there when I called WB and I was loud and wrong, and that's how I learn. Be honest with yourself, and then you work to be one better person as you continue to breathe and be. And so what I had called on yesterday was because UNESCO has recognized the Christmas Bram and Sambai dance. They were nominated for inscription on UNESCO World Representative List of Living Heritage. Before it was the Garifuna Council for their language, music, and dance. Now, I don't know what the process. I really think it matters that Belizeans are told as soon as possible when either the National Creole Council, either the National Garifuna Council come up with these grand ideas. These councils claim to represent people in Belize who identify as Creole or Garifuna. YUB Educational Foundation, which is a cornerstone, original grassroots organization, not YUB Educational Foundation, United Black Association for Development, YUB 1969-1974, the original homegrown African descendants racialized as black organization, where shared interests of black people of Belize, the region, the world. YUBAD had members from the Creole and the Garifuna ethnic group. And then you have the Creole Council and the Garifuna Council. One of my valid critique of the councils is that they claim to represent African people racialized as black people, but you not hear when they come forward and say, listen, since we claim for the represent you, we come to the media, however, I don't think, like for UEF, because this is for we media house, and I mean we as collectively Belizeans, African people media house, I use the media house for reach out to people because we have one dutiful set of people. Listen, this is what we do. In the name of black people, this is what we do. And I put up my phone number. If you need to contact me, contact me. NKC and NGC, my observation. I never hear them come out when black people they take lick. When beautiful things happen to black people, I never hear them come out. They tend to stay in the entertainment and performance realm. I have one issue with that. Then they represent African people, and we are not just about entertainment and performance. So when I heard about the National Creole Council and others from Gales Point, ISCR, niche, my question is, how then determine what they want to put forward? How then come to the decision that it can be Christmas Bram and Sambai? I could almost say, in hindsight, I could totally rate, even though I have issues with how these things are chosen and there's not really any active community conversation about it, I could rate NGC what they put forward, the music, language, and dance. I could almost say the Creole Council put that forward. That is comprehensive. I could rate that. But my question is, how to come to the conclusion that it can be Christmas Bram and Sambai? I curious to know that process. Secondly, where I stood to be corrected and most corrected me, and I appreciate taking correction, because the more you learn, the more you realize you don't know, and me never clear on what Brad Patico shared with me, and after I reasoned with another sister. So the point I was making yesterday, and this is why it's important for Belizean people know their own story. For the most part, our stories are not taught to us authentically in the school system. So African people got brought to Belize in, the first settlement was 1638. And as much as I read them thing, I like go back and check my sources to make sure that, to the best of my knowledge, I give accurate information. So the first documenting settlement in Belize, that's 1638. To my knowledge, the African enslaved people, primarily from West Africa, were brought to Belize in 1718, that a date, what I give roughly, 1718. So if they bring them in 1718, they would have been enslaved from that time period. Now, the question I'd ask is, why was the decision made to separate Sambai, the song and dance, from the genre of music known as broke down? When our African people, whole human beings, had a community, had governance, had architecture, farming, families, before they kidnap them and bring them across the Atlantic Ocean, brilliant human beings, grounded in spirituality, understanding their relationship with nature. When they kidnap and bring them, the people bring all their knowledge, all their ways of living with them. They were always human beings. And so that's why whole people, especially people were talk publicly, were in our public space. When talking about African people, the adjective you use to describe their condition would be enslaved people. Enslavers are the Europeans primarily who kidnap and human traffic African human beings who were enslaved. Every time somebody referred to African ancestresses and ancestors as slave, you would contribute to not recognizing them as human beings as the enslavers did. And there were some African people who were enslavers, but they were not in the majority, yet they were. So every time you refer to an African ancestress or ancestor as a slave, you contribute to dehumanizing them. That means you don't recognize them as full human beings. You recognize them, like the enslaver, as one product, like a pen or this glasses or a cup, with not recognizing them mind, body, spirit. They may always know they're not whole human beings, you know. They may always know that. And we have one duty as their offspring, because they never second, they never let them catch one boat and one coin. They were bought by force. Yet, because of their resilience, resistance, grounded in African spirituality, we there. And I absolutely proud to identify as a spirit having an African woman experience. That's why I present myself as much as possible as an African person. I wear my hair natural. If I can afford just African wardrobe, footwear, I would. I wear African jewelry. I live as an African person in private and in public. Still decolonized, because raising I want to decolonize. I'm not decolonized, still colonized mentally in many ways. Because that's the environment where I birthed in and where I raised in. And so I just share my position because I want people to really understand that my calling, like the Creator make me for fight for the liberation of African people, racialized as black people, everywhere in the world, knowing that all my kinfolk are my kinfolk. So when anything, like I pretty much, stay in my lane, long as you don't mess with me and mine, meaning black folks, I good. But when you talk about Africa, and this is not nothing unique to me, I pick up the baton from the people who came before me. For example, like Evan X. Hyde. He had a name. There were other X's in UBAD, what older people and younger people know because they read their Mandela newspaper, for example, primarily. So I recognize that there were people before him and there were people before X. So it mattered to me as I'm being, it mattered who tell for we stories, how then tell for we stories, how for we stories get conserved or preserved and left passed on to other people, not only African people, but all Belizeans. This is all our story. But it really matters who tell your story, and not because one person identifiable African or racialized as black means that they're correct or that then they adequately represent. And anything I do in the name of African people can be critique, is critique. I am held accountable. It should be. That's the way we learn. And so that's one of the reasons why when I say or hear, I come hard upon people or groups who say or claim they represent African people racialized as black people. As community leaders, we have one duty to do it. There are no negative vibrations, constructive critique, help with your growth and development if you're able to receive it as such and not take it personal and not pay attention to maybe the messenger and listening to the message. So I've been, in the past, as I said, 2 weeks, I'm talking, working, listening to Brad Patico. Some people may know who Brad Patico is, some people may not. Brad Patico is now 75 years old, born and grew up Barraboom, and our family, the Marin family, I grew up, like when I think of boom, like the first knowledge I have of boom would be the ferry, would be the Brad Patico family yard, and we the pick cashew. Because Brad had a brother, I think that Herbie, who da me a surveyor, and our dad, Roque Marin, that surveyor. Herbie is now in the spirit world. Like Brad said, I'm a bosom body, and that's so we get to know the families. So Brad, who is now 75 years old, shared with me that for 60 years, he poured himself into collecting, researching, listening, documenting, writing, broke down songs, understanding the whole culture of it. So for me, Brad Patico is instrumental when it comes to broke down as a genre music, and broke down not just one music genre, broke down that is storytelling of everyday African people, racialized as black people in contemporary times, telling of their everyday experiences, their joys, their struggles, everyday moments, put to music and lyrics and dance. That's something where the enslaved African people bring with them from the continent of Africa. Now stay with me. And I stand to be corrected. Anybody could call in. The numbers are 280-5848. My number is 671-8050 if the phone, the ACOP, is currently 718. So, I smile because me and one of my sisters gone to market Saturday and I like buy used clothes. Well, it's good for recycle the clothes there and you get better quality. Like I like wearing cotton and linen and I get this blouse for $4 the market. Me and my sister Jalima who is a Belizean shopper. Yes. On a go to market, go support local vendors. Anyways, so African enslaved people came in, the date is around 1718. So they were in, but when they bring them, they had them as enslaved people, they cut logwood and later on mahogany. African people. African people also, a large number, I have to look for in the future for telling you how much, run away constantly and created communities in the bush, like Gales Point, Manatee, considered a maroon community. They have then the Brazil, I think they call them Palenques. They have then they had the Jamaica. These are WUB African people go and create communities, and the enslavers oftentimes can't find it. Again, there where people had knowledge of moving around, and they chop down the logwood and the mahogany trees there, so they know the bush. I get confused, and that's why it's good to have conversations privately and publicly, and you listen to other people. And sometimes people have to tell me things more than once. Sometimes I'm not always receptive to listening. Sometimes I misunderstand, and I okay to admit that because that's how I learn, and that will help me remember the storyline sometime. So the sister where I reason this through, I reason it before I talk about WUB and I never get it. After I talk to Mose, I get it a little bit, and then when I go back and talk to the sister again, I get it clear. So this is the question. How is I would have want to know from National Creole Council and Representative Coleman. And according to Senator Patrick Farber, this started under the UDP administration, and rightly so, they remembered and acknowledged African ancestress Myrna Manzanares. Anybody will know Sister Myrna. She gives point Manatee, mind, body, spirit. Oh my gosh, I forget how to answer this phone. How you answer the phone? I forget how to answer the phone. Good morning. Thanks for calling Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes.
Morning.
Oh, I answered it right. Good morning. Tell me. Talk to me.
Morning. Morning.
Good morning. Go ahead. You're on the air.
Yes, Mom. I'm just calling in regards to the sorry for cut you across. It's a conversation. I was just calling to protest against the day and time that they give the protest for the motorcycle fee. That is unfair. They should have give that protest date on during the week to make an impact, so that the citizens can protest and show their real frustration about that motorcycle fee.
When is the protest?
Excuse me?
When is the protest?
The 21st of December. It's on a Sunday.
It can't be the 1st of December. We done past the 1st of December.
The 21st.
Oh, the 31st of December.
21st.
Wait, brother. Bear with me. Make a look for my calendar and say it. The 21st of December. It's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday. That's unfair.
Oh, okay. What part of the protest? What part of the protest they left from and what time? I hear you the larger complaint that you feel that it is unfair. Organizers, the brother say it's unfair.
Not the organizers, but the license, the permit that was given for a Sunday, that is unfair.
Brother, listen.
For this to be effective.
Brother, listen to me. I protest for a lot that believes. then give you the protest permit, to my knowledge, based on the day and time you ask for and the route. That the organizers, unless one organizer call and tell me, we never asked for that, then force it pan way, that's a different story. But they usually give you the permit based on what the organizers ask for, from the police department. In the vicinity, you go to the police department in the vicinity where you don't have the protest. So that what time the protest one there, what part you left from, you know?
Yes, I believe it's leaving from Memorial Park, going to, I think it's North Front Street, then Queen Street, then Daly Street, and from Daly Street, Freetown Road, Belcan Bridge, down Cemetery, down Albert, back on Regent, and back to North Front Street.
You got something where you to read from? Is there a flyer or something?
No, it's just what I heard.
Oh, you're good, brother. You're really good. Make I tell you, brother, I meet, make I calm down. I could hear myself the talk loud, and most like say that's where I have on one mic for amplify a voice. But when I get excited, I tend to get loud. I meet somebody where I think they're one of the organizers, but I never get all the details where you to give. They have one start time, brother? You know?
I think it's 1 o'clock.
You think that 1 o'clock? If anybody will know this information, I could confirm it, that there's a protest scheduled for Sunday, December 21st at 1 o'clock p.m. Then the protest, the cost of the motorcycle permit, then the protest, the $300, that then the protest?
Motorcycle bill that they want to pass January.
The motorcycle bill. Thanks for teaching me, brother. Then somebody or bodies, the organizer and protest, Sunday, December 21st at 1 o'clock p.m. for protest the motorcycle bill. The route, to my brother knowledge, is from Memorial Park, North Front Street, Queen Street, Daly Street, Freetown Road, Belcan Bridge, Cemetery Road, Albert Street, Regent Street, North Front Street, back to Memorial Park. Sister Sonia, out of Chicago, respect, sister, and thanks for the text. Brother, I really appreciate you calling me and telling me about this, but you didn't note that you don't agree with the time. What is your issue with the time? Because I didn't think that Sunday afternoon, but everybody don't go to church, then why you not like the time?
I believe it would have been more effective during the week.
All right, you think it would have been more effective? Oh, wait, somebody called me. Okay, brother, big thanks. Big thanks. Thanks for the call. Guidance. Greetings, good morning. Greetings, good morning. You're on WB. I don't know if you meant to call WB or this was a personal call, so before you say anything, I'm telling you you're on WB. Do you want to call back? I don't think that person... I think it's an activist, but I think it was a personal call. That's why they hurry up and holler, no say nothing. Yeah, so again, the phone number is 280-5848. Morning, brother. Is this a personal call or do you want to be on WB? Hello?
This is not a Hi.
Good morning. It's not a personal call. Good morning, brother. You are on WB. Talk to me.
Yes, this is the Ancient One.
Ancient One, President of Belize Grassroots Youth Empowerment Association. Brother, talk to me. Tell me the thing.
Blessed rising, man. This motorcycle thing really did get to me. I've been trying to reach the Moors for a couple of weeks, but the line has been giving trouble, and plus, I guess like a bunch of people to try calling.
Yes.
What I have to say is, like, to me, they're attacking the poor people of Belize again with this motorcycle thing. It is mostly the poor people that had invested in motorcycle because of the mileage that you get from a motorcycle, the amount of miles you get out of a gallon. I happen to own not several, but I own two motorbikes, and without those motorbikes, I could have never deal with the farm, the Harmonyville. In terms of, it costs me like $5 a day to go to the farm, and if I would use the car, it's like between $20 to $30. And the bike, when I use the bike all day, $30 would run me, you understand? If I use a car, you'll watch for something like 50 or, if you make the day happen. So, and if you really look around, in other communities like in a Spanish Lookout, in a a lot of them places where a lot of the poor laborers are, they have to use motorbike to reach destination on time and whatever. I totally disagree with this $300 when they want to charge the. To me, the poorest are people that believe that we own the motorcycle. We can't afford the gas rate that believes already. You understand? It's ridiculous the way how they're dealing with us, and I beg the community to come out and stand up. If you want to deal with road safety, it's supposed to be across the board, not just motorcycle. You know, I've gotten in an accident on a motorbike and it was not my fault. Someone just take a left turn in front of me and I ran into them, you know, without putting any indicators or anything like that. So safety, yes, it's important, but you can't just tax the poorest of the people. Because we are the poorest of the people who happen to have motorcycle because we cannot afford the prices of gas that Billy's right now. You know what I mean? Things hard right now. Like I said, I could have never deal with my farm if it wasn't for this motorbike that I use to get to the farm every day. You know, so yes, road safety is necessary, but not just pick by one group of people. I would have said most of the accidents will happen out there on the highway when concerning motorcycle people, it's not the motorcycle rider's fault. Trust me, every day when I go on the road, I have to dodge from someone who is overtaking, not being considerate of me on my motorbike because I'm smaller than what they're in. You know, so I want people come out, come real up about this thing, and so indeed, come out, come talk, because I personally, I know see, you watch people that believe they make $150 for the week, $200 for the week. Now how that man if he take money, you understand? And why only him? And like I'm saying, most of the people were in an accident there. To me, as a cycle rider, it's not the cycle rider's fault. You know what I mean?
I hear you, brother. I hear you loud and clear. You want to come down for the protest Sunday the 21st of December at 1 o'clock?
Well, I am not making any promises, but we'll see how that goes.
I hear you, brother. Big thanks for the call. I never know the call. It's my brother. And we reason. So I never know either me a personal call or a WB, so I had to make sure before I go up on the air. But thanks for clarifying. This is our WB call. We appreciate the call. I never even think about you because you ride. How much years you ride bike now? Ancient one?
I ride bike for, I would have said, nearly 10 to 15 years.
10 to 15 years. Seasons motor bike rider.
I mean, every day. You know, the bike. I know how people feel. In a sense, kind of scared of the bike. I never, in my younger days, I never say I would have invested in a bike. I had built a bamboo bed, and one of my friends wanted this bed, and he had a bike. He never had the money to pay me for the bed, so he gave me a bike. That day I put in $5 in a motorbike, and I got wait a car and come up the Belmopan. I was in love. I fell in love with a bike from then, and I cannot even make it without a bike. When I look at the cost of fuel, what it would take me to move to and fro, you know. So I can say I get like 100 miles out of a gallon on my motorbike.
I hear you, brother. I hear you, and I like that battering we're gonna bed for bike.
Yeah, you know. So, like I said, never invest in our bike. To me, it was like when they call it devil riding horse and all of this and all of that. But true to that, I ride with care. Like I'm careful, and I'm not the person where they try bust no wheelie or I'm not into their stunt and that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, I see how we really save my pocket.
Respect, brother. Valid point you make. Thanks for the call, Ancient One, President of Belize Grassroots Youth Empowerment Association. One love. It's break time. 7:32 actually. It's past break time. It's 2 cents come time, brought to us by Fort Point Security. It's break time.
This is XTV, sponsored by 4 Point Security. What we don't know, there's a lot of issues, right? When it comes to motorcycle, a lot of lorry come in and order. So you only one. We go find out the people there 2 cents and see how the road man and the regular cycle man they feel about a new law. Guys who ride cycle like yourself.
That we can't justify that. I mean, a chance for poor people. I mean, this is where poor people used to get wrong due to the legal gas prices high and thing, check. So I think that nonsense. On the poor people and suffer.
So that your 2 cents?
Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Question, they want to feel about the new law when they put into cycle, man.
You know, yeah, bro, I know the paper on these guys that once my thing like line, sure they can't stop me.
That you're 2 cents. How do you feel with the new law when they bring in about cycle? Well, I don't feel bad about it because I don't experience rider for the past 3 cents. That you're 2 cents. This is my 2 cents. How do you feel if you know that they bring out the new cycle law?
Like everybody there, look and watch me. Mash up. Can't move again. Mash up. No more cycle.
It's Christmas time at Brothers Habet and we have some great gifts for you, like our signature 15% off all Berger, Penta, and domestic paints, and 30 to 40% off selected and discontinued colors. 15% off all power tools, 20 to 30% off select tiles, 20 to 65% off light fixtures, and 40% off sunlight windows and mirrors. Also, GST free days on December 6th and 20th. Plus, for every $50 you spend, get a chance to win a $500 gift certificate in our 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from all of us at Brothers Habet and Habet.
What made me want to start my journey in terms of owning a home was basically me having my own space, my own domain, and having something extremely special for my family. That feeling was indescribable. It was amazing, you know, moving in the first time, seeing all the new furniture, the new paint, the new accessories. I was amazed. Home for the holidays means to me bonding with my family, having an amazing time in the Christmas spirit. I would highly recommend Atlantic Bank's personal loans for home renovations because of what it did for me. I fixed my kitchen, I fixed my storage, I fixed my master bedroom, my showers, you name it, I fixed it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
As residents, you have all witnessed firsthand the loss of beaches, the collapsing shoreline, saltwater intrusion, and the threats to homes, tourism facilities, and livelihoods. Despite the seriousness of this issue, there has never been a comprehensive scientific assessment to measure the exact extent of the erosion, understand its causes, or guide the development of a practical and effective solution. The results of this work will directly support better protection for homes and beachfront businesses, the restoration of lost beaches and natural buffers, safer and more climate-resilient development, and stronger defenses against hurricanes and extreme weather. It will also safeguard the tourism sector, which many families depend on. Most importantly, it will give us the scientific foundation we need to develop reliable, long-term solutions that serve both today's residents and future generations.
This is fantastic. The willingness to help is absolutely a step in the right direction. This is what we need. This is absolutely vital for the survival of Placencia.
I was born and raised in Placencia, so I have seen the erosion firsthand, and pretty much we've been battling it for mainly the last 10 years, major the last 5 years. With the new idea, of course, we welcome it. We need everybody on board. We need the ministers, we need the stakeholders, we need the entire country to come together because we want the best for the best beaches in Belize.
We want you to know you are not facing this challenge alone. Your government is standing with you. Your community leaders are standing with you. With the right science, planning, and your involvement, we can preserve the Placencia Peninsula for generations to come.
This a creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. From the border to the boulevard, physical fit. Under to my agony, strength in it. Big up the farmer champions, them we do it. But who will take the crown in a 2026? This a creme New Year's Day cycling classic. Straight to Belize from the northern district. To win this with a happy cyclist stream. They make them boast, them take the sugar and cream. This a creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream.
It's the Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. All top-class riders hit the pavement for the start of the cycling calendar. Thursday, January 1st, it's the Creme New Year's Day Cycling Classic.
This a Creme New Year's Day Cycling Classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream, 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 cream.
Belize, it's that time again. GST-free weekends are back on December 6th, 7th, 20th, and 21st. Just in time for big savings for Christmas. On these weekends, most local retail goods will be GST-free at checkout. That includes frequently bought standard rated goods such as furniture, appliances, electronics, clothing and footwear, Christmas decorations, curtains, rugs, Marley, toys, and grocery items like seasonings, mixed essences, mixed fruits, and soft drinks. Everything you need to make your December more affordable. And good news for the holiday cooks. Picnic shoulder ham, smoked ham leg, and imported turkey are 0 rated all December long. And before you leave the store, always take a quick look at your receipt. You should see the GST removed or discounted automatically. So that means more savings and more room in your Christmas budget. So Belize, let's shop smart this Christmas season. December 6th, 7th, 20th, and 21st, GST-free weekends brought to you by Belize Tax Services.
back to Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's 7:47. Remember, we have guests at 8 o'clock. Brother Dara come in. So far, we spend energy as far as the calls. There's a protest planned for Sunday, September 21st, 1 o'clock for Memorial Park for protest the motorcycle bill. I can wrap up the thought where I started with this morning. So I'm going to share a story as relates to the recognition UNESCO gave to the Christmas Bram and Sambai. Is that when enslaved Africans came from the continent of Africa, they bring with them the tradition of singing, drumming, storytelling. That's how the history, the culture, the values get passed down. They're not writing a book, people. They're oral traditions. And so since then come about 1718, and they were in these camps, and then Gales Point Manatee, in one of the Maroon communities where get formed in a Sister Rita May Hyde, they want excellent research from Gales Point Manatee. If anybody want to research, I'm willing to share it with you. My number is 671-8050. Gales Point Manatee get formed in the early 1900s. So it could be anywhere from 1800 to 1820, I'd say, early 1900s. Now, that is same African people were enslaved, runaway, and gone to Gales Point Manatee. That is same African people were in a mahogany camps will sing these songs. The question is, why was Sanbai as a song and dance separated from what became known as Brockdown music? That's why I could say the sensing of the Garifuna Council preserving their music, dance, and culture, as opposed to with the Creole Council, they take out Sambai out of the Brockdown genre, for example, and then choose the Christmas Bram. Enslaved Africa never bring Christmas Bram from the continent of Africa. It's something that evolved. So my question is, one, when any group of people say they represent any group of people, it could be Maya people, it could be Chinese people, you have one duty to have meaningful conversation with the people that we say represent. Or at least make them know outside of one news clip. Because news clip that sung by onto the next story, you miss it. Secondly, we need to have more conversations about our African stories. Like learn it, talk it, live it. And three, you have to watch who to tell your stories. Because people relate to stories. Like I would never tell Maya people's story. Like I'm not a Maya person. I could tell her what I read in a book. Yes, they're human beings, but that's not who I identify as. So it's very different for me when I talk about African people from when I talk about any other group of people. Like then they're my, you know how you got my brother or sister, uncle, like yeah, they're my people. So how I relate to them in the spirit world, in this realm, very different from how I may relate to somebody else who are not African descendant, racialized as black people. And that's my other issue. These councils keep going as Creole and Garifuna and not as African descendants. Like that's the only root. I read it as I don't want to be anything but black, and as they look upon most people. I mean, you have melanated people in different shades, hair textures, phenotypical, facial. They might not be as melanated. The hair might not be so strong to stand up by itself. History teaches people have one right to identify how they want. Let's be clear on that. So you could identify on your ethnicity, on your nationality based on what part you're born and what part you get naturalized. So I identify as I'm Belizean. I'm not born in Belize, but my granny, grandpa, my pa, I born the London. Come my pa Ghana and study my Ghana. Get make the band. Or your race. We're all human beings with a spirit having human experiences, but in the world where we live in, that's the language we use and not the way we go by. So I just want to wrap that up and be very clear on the questions I have and why I have the questions, and that we need to be comfortable for ask these questions privately and publicly, and hold leaders, especially the one that was said they represent one particular group of people, hold them accountable. Me not the quarrel to know. I just tell you how I feel. I want to open for that privately or publicly anytime. Another concern I had is the divide between Creole and Garifuna people, which is very different from how I raised up in the 70s. Sister Myrtle Palacio did an excellent dissertation on Garifuna and Creole people and how you're really, unable to identify them because they're not just African people. Now, I used to never want to talk about Garifuna stories because I don't identify as Garifuna. And I feel I shouldn't tell people stories. But then that colonized my YaYa. Decolonized my YaYa, like they're the African kinfolk, they're my people. I could talk about Garifuna culture because they're the African people. One of the things that we don't know, and there's a lot of things we don't know. The more I read, the more I learn. Books are my besties. I don't own one adequate house, but I got a lot of books. So one of the things, and I've heard people say it on the media, but I think we need to say it more often. 1718 enslaved Africa, 1638 first settlement that Belize recorded, 1718 enslaved Africans that Belize, 1802 and 1832. And in between those years, between 1802 and 1832, remember, African enslaved people got their liberation from chattel enslavement. Chattel means your property in 1838. But between 1802 and 1832, that before African people get a liberation, Garifuna people were in Belize. Not only in Belize, but how I understand it, then I'm like the bread basket from the south. And come in and they paddle and they koya. So Garifuna and enslaved African people who come from what we know as the Mosquito Shore would have been African people and indigenous people, what they call YaYa. All them people mix up. Now you know them people they don't have children. Some by force, some by choice. So I had to say, as African people, we dey bow long time in Belize. We need to go back to our roots and claim our African identity. Like put it front and center. I'm African racialized as black. I grew up in our culture. We evolved from the African identity to our Creole culture or our Garifuna culture. Tell your full story. Because even without, especially because a lot of with the African, you can't miss with the African people. Besides your skin complexion, this beautiful melanated skin, and the deeper melanin, the more beautiful I think you are. And our hair texture, with when I say phenotypical features are like the size of your nose, the size of your lip, your facial structure. There's some things that are very unique for people from the continent of Africa. And on the continent of Africa, you got all hue, shades, size, hair textures. Get it. But that's one of the ways European people may be able to identify, or even you can be a free person, but because they look upon you and see how you look physically, they stop you and say you're free or enslaved. They might just recapture you and think that you're no longer you're not a free person. We as African people, especially in the context of African reparations, if we don't know ourselves, other people want to define we. And so it really matter that we get comfortable, and that carried me back as we're coming up to 8 o'clock. 5:00. Somebody called just now and I missed the call. I got another report of hair discrimination from a student in Belize City. Now this school, I would say, known for, if you make the news more than once for hair discrimination, I'd say you're known. You know how they say they're known to police? This school known to we. Morning, I'm on WB. Are you calling to speak on WB?
Yes, I am.
Hey, this is historical. Go ahead, my sister, talk the thing.
Yes, I couldn't let today pass without calling because it is International Human Rights Day. And I just had to say something in my own right. I am not calling on behalf of any organization. I just want to say that the way the world is right now, everyone can see that might seems to be the right thing. Might is right. People who have might and who have power, they are doing exactly what they want in all areas. And that can get people to thinking, everything is lost, the values of human rights are going through the door, everything. But what I want to say is that it is up to each of us as individuals to fight what is happening by strengthening the values of human rights, by speaking out, by standing up. Whenever you see injustice and inequality, say something. It is each of us one by one. So don't wait for any organization, but just speak up. And when you see things that are not right, injustice, say something, write something. So that is what I want to say on Human Rights Day.
Big thanks for that reminder. I never remember, like how Will reminded me yesterday on the UN International Anti-Corruption Day. Today, Cynthia Pitts is reminding us that today is International Human Rights Day. Big respect for reminding me and for your inputs, sister.
Okay.
One love.
Thank you for allowing me.
No problem.
I like your flow.
Thanks, sis. The sister yesterday had a bad flow too. Nurse? Man, Mr. Paula, sister. Thanks, sis. Appreciate you. Remind me when you were younger, you had your big afro. Thanks, Musole.
Okay.
Take care. Yes. So it's 2 minutes to 8. In 2 minutes, I am going to. Somebody texted and said, "Morning, sister. The motorcycle issue is a distraction to the major corruption taking place." I don't know if I could call you to call name. I don't know if I can read that, brother. For the air, that is. And so. Yes, another school, it was reported to me that another school discriminated against a Belizean high school student, denying the student access to education because they send the child home because of the child hair. We know I have send one letter to the new Minister of Education, Fanny, become the new minister. I'm not send it yet, and I'm glad I'm not send it yet because I want to report this infraction in that. But later, when you could listen to XTV News tonight, Marisol's supposed to make that report of the student and the hair discrimination. Now, that the Ministry of Education responsible for protect the students' rights. The Ministry of Education responsible. This particular Ministry of Education on record for saying that there was a violation of the Belize Constitution. But you know enough for just say that a violation. If you don't do something to stop the violation, Ministry of Education complicit, guilty in the violation of Belizean students. And today, the International Human Rights Day, Sister Cynthia Pitch just reminded us, on 2 counts. 1, for denying education, you're sending who and say you can't learn. 2, for say that you can't come to school with your hair the way you choose. The only thing Belizean students have to do is show up with clean hair. They can wear their hair anywhere they want. The Constitution of Belize gives you that right of freedom of conscience, freedom of expression, and freedom from get discriminated against. I'm going to talk loud again. It's break time. Daradia? When we come back, Dara, share it with me. Break time.
It's an massive season with massive deals and rewards at Penny's. From now through December 31st, earn double B-Bucks on store-wide purchasing every Saturday. That's right, 2 times the B-Bucks, which means 2 times the cash back when shopping at Penny's. Plus, get even more rewards with B-Bucks Builders on home goods, tiles, appliances, paints, and lights. And don't forget, there's also massive deals and discounts on tiles and the best brands in paints like Benjamin Moore and BH. Rewards, deals, B-Bucks. You can get it all this massive season only at Penny's. Quality and savings.
sea una persona ocupada o atrapada en el tráfico, o que tenga una circunstancia adversa o muy exigente, la tensión se acumula y lo estresa. El estrés ataca a todos en cualquier momento, a cualquier edad. El estrés es un asesino. Es mejor estar vivo que muerto, así que visite la farmacia de Freetown para obtener opciones.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué puedo hacer para usted hoy?
Estoy bien estresado.
Ok, tengo una pastilla que le va a dar, ¿ok? Que toma una de eso al día para 10 días y va a estar bien después, ¿ok?
Ok. Farmacia Freetown, carretera 28 Freetown, donde estás mejor vivo que muerto. Farmacia Freetown, teléfono 22 32 87 6.
Driving around, particularly during this holiday season, can be quite an experience. Families are out shopping and the streets are buzzing with excitement. It reminds me that this season is all about connections, and it starts with how we treat each other, even on the road. When I'm behind the wheel, I always remind myself that being on the road is more than just following the rules. It's about looking out for each other and making sure we all get home safely to our families. This season, let's continue to be alert and be kind on the road. Be courteous, give way, and stay safe. A message from BEL.
This a trend New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. From the border to the boulevard, physical fit. Under to my agony, strength in a it. Big up the farmer champions, them we do it. But who will take the crown in a 2026? This a creme New Year's Day cycling classic. Straight to Belize from the northern district. To win this race, a happy cyclist dream. They make them boast, them take the sugar and cream. This a creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream.
It's the Creme New Year's Day Cycling Classic. All top-class riders hit the pavement for the start of the cycling calendar. Thursday, January 1st, it's the Creme New Year's Day Cycling Classic.
This a creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream, 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 cream.
'Tis the season to be merry and make it special. GSCOM will be open all day for both non-GST Saturdays on December 6th and 20th. We are slashing prices of many items for the month of December, and you pay even less when shopping on the non-GST Saturdays. Get deals on gaming, speakers, tablets, smart watches, smart home items, digi cameras, and many more. Take advantage and stop in at any of our 5 branches countrywide, or visit our website and place your orders at www.gscom.bz. Contact us at WhatsApp 621-3766 or visit the Facebook page for daily updates at facebook.com/gscom.bz.
Welcome back to Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes, and like I tell you now, we have Brother Dara in the house for talk about dance. Tell me, Dara, morning, how the morning?
Blessed morning. First time I did with you on WUB.
Yes, yes.
First time I sit down on the left, so the history today. But I'm grateful for getting the time to spread the word about this weekend, this Saturday, the 13th of December. I did do my all-white tribute to Otis Redding and dance. And it all happened at the Belize Ex-Service League. You know, we charge one small fee of $15 at the gate, $10 in advance if you get your ticket early. YaYa, before I even continue, I want to mention for those maybe people will buy Bolida could listen to this. Today, December 10th, is actually the day that the great Otis Redding and Barclays band then crashed into the lake and jungled and died. You know, one of them survived 58 years since that happened, and the accident may happen the 10th of December. That's the reason I really want to come today. You know, and Otis Redding, most people don't know that Otis was only 26 years old. You know, and young, powerful brother, black man, and souls. I don't know where he get it from for the edge there, and the music when he sing, what kind of hurting could go through as the edge. But the great Otis Redding is to me one of the greatest soul singer ever, and I love his music. You know, before I see in just a picture, the music alone had an effect as a young person. You know.
How old are you when you listen to Otis Redding?
Well, God bless it. Then my uncle Dochan, that him used to play like the real reggae music. Like he introduced me into the Bob Marley, the Peter Tosh, Bonnie, and then when he come to all this, he does play all the music. I mean, you name them, the Rice, the Otis, Percy, Sled, you know. You name them. I grew up in a world where music me better for we as a child. You understand? Not like to the day where the music, the influence of a crime and a slackness and thing. I grew up in at the time when music was music, and I get attached to Bob Marley, you know, and the music, but just to get early history, again, for those who buy Bolida, today at the 10th, Otis Redding may crash in at the lake with the Barclays band. He may have 58 years since he crashed, and he was 26 years old.
So now, Otis Redding known for slow music.
Slow and lay up tempo, because he got one part of it where, because he play for a lot of white audiences, so he do like one really fast, not really rock and roll, but he got one fast part of music. It's just sad that we got under copyright, because normally when I talk, I will make you feel what I talk about. But he have really up tempo music too, but that the soul capture me and capture most people.
So that the soul you want to play.
Well, when we say Otis Redding tribute and dance, of course, then guys, we have 2 sessions, a soul, one early session, where you be strictly Otis. Then the last session I show you mix Otis with other souls. Besides that, you want other music they play. Of course, Christmas, this is like a Christmas dance. I say every time I do the Otis and the Percy Sledge, I want to bring one broke down artist. So I gone for Daggy King. Coconut Boy is out the country, so Daggy they represent. I think my favorite, no bias, I love Daggy King music.
I could say straight up, that are my favorite Belizean artists.
Anyway, him there and him played for him music and keep you up on the flow and entertainment can done. So Daggy King and do his session. Again, all of this happened this Saturday the 13th, the Belize Ex-Service League. Again, you could call my number 623-3662, 623-3662. You could get a ticket early in advance, $10, $15 at the gate. And the YaYa, me no bossy, but you've been to one of my event there and you know the quality and the kind of vibes I push and create. Of course, we have table and chairs where you could get for rent for $25. You could get 4 chairs and 1 table. You call the same number 623-3662 and you just book it, and then I want to have your name put on it, and you could have your table and chairs for the whole night and nobody can touch it.
And all white?
Yes, with it ask people. No, you don't have to because people been there, but if you want to look out a place, you could go in any other color, but I did dress in all white. My wife dress in all white, and of course she want to have good food out there, so
you know one of the things what I really love about, you know Dara going to Dara do it, Dara to the world. So if they're a reggae concert or if they want a special dance, one of the things what I really like, right? Really like 2 things. Really like that one space where I want intergenerational space. You see really young people, you see mature people, you see middle-aged people, you see old people. And when I tell you people then, because I like all them, every song we come on, like that my song, that my song, that my song, every song we come and I like, you stay the dance the whole time.
And I must say, Tony G, I bring on now and Langit Waters, and then they do a good job for the past 3 dance. People stay up on the floor till it's done. I mean, that my dance, we never have one time when the floor peel.
Yeah.
You know, matter what music, people just enjoy it, you know. So when you hear the other the extra $5, I think due to expense, because everything they go up here. I don't want to feel like because I'm bad for even the extra 5, but if you don't want quality and good dance and good thing, that's how I want to give you, but there is a little cost for it.
How much are the tickets?
Like in early you could get it for 10, but you be 15 at the gate.
Respect. And then another part. Souls!
Of course. I think, and I don't want to talk too big, but I don't think no other venue give your souls.
Nobody, brother.
Like or play souls like when you do dance at a place.
And people actually like. So, what you said with me and Dara may talk, right? I said, Dara, you know what I mean? You come to think, Dara?
No, you never say that. You say you don't mind come, but
you
need a pan.
But the issue is that I really feel the souls, right?
Yeah.
But anybody who know me know I stay so for a long time. Anybody can't touch me. Yeah. I don't got nobody for bring. So that means I can't dance souls.
Yeah.
But I really feel it. And I like watch the people, and they talk loud again. I like watch the people in dance souls. Especially the older people. People when you stay out the road and you think they're kind of old.
Yes, sister,
when you sit there on the floor. And what I like about their souls, right? They literally know. They don't like a body move, but that's a wicked body move that they put down.
My car girls only look on time and I get Silver Fox, so I tell them I want some disco lighting at this place. So they gonna bring some bright light. One Ella come and say, look here. Take off them damn light there. I said, what? Everybody wants to say that. He told me, take off that damn thing. They don't want no lighting at the place. So if the elder said, I mean, I enjoy doing anything, you know, but to the end of the day, I had to try and make money out of it, but I enjoy entertaining people. Like, I think that my gift and where God bless me with, you know. It's just that I ask people like support the events there and not complain, man. Support, come out. Of course, one part of the process always we go back to the community. We try to do what we could do, me and my wife, and help and thing, but we know the plea for telling us that sake of that. Come out and support. I gone a pie boy funeral, excellent service, excellent turnout. But what bother me,
when was the funeral?
Monday. Even during all the rain, the massive people, I see the Prime Minister there, the Deputy, I see Minister of Education, my era rep, Karim Musa, and I check this out, this is how a man I get up every day, go out selling pie, just be humble and loving to people and the power where he create. But I said to myself, if this guy may only living and get this love, and like with me, I just say, no, if you don't want to give me love and bunch of roses, give me while I living, you know.
Yeah,
because I meet him once and Pai boy, yes, he really hustle, but at times it acts of at least on a book and thing. And me and he had a goodly going relationship with a neighbor. We live in the same block. But the turnout was great. But we always show with people then where they set an example and they do things. We celebrate them more when they're dead.
You feel like Belizean people show you their love now?
Yes, but the love for you and get YaYa that like, boy, God and bless you, you do great work, man. Man, continue do what you do, but all of that is great, but figure anything done, you yourself need the people's support. Meaning, when I put something together, that then I need the people for show me love and respect, you understand? But all I'm trying to explain that like watching for his funeral and the kind of people, so much priests come out and they prove for this man and the greatness of this man. But God knows, and I know if he feel that when he may living more than people they glorify and I mean he gave his support and thing with the park. Of course if he never gets support and shit. But I'm saying, celebrate we, because I'm a part of that list while we live in, man, make we feel the love.
Well, I could say personally, anywhere in this country, but especially in Belize City, man, so love. Like that, for me, that what keep me going, because I know every day I have a vibration. But Belizean people, you best believe, somebody want to holler something, and I know always good something they holler to you neither, but I really appreciate that about we community.
Anyway I go, picnic, elders, the among our people holler and give me the respect, you know, and I go anywhere, I mean, any black anywhere, and the respect I get, yes, I love it. But all I'm asking the people, when I do an event or do anything, support it. That's where I feel the more strength, like, all right, the people really, instead of complain, like, oh man, you're the charge with this or the this and that, and just show the support.
And make it be clear, then people in the diaspora, the United States in particular, only could send no money, you know. Somebody might want to come and can't afford, so you could tell Dara, watch out, I send this 50 US. Or somebody they call and send it, or mail it, or send it MoneyGram, or maybe you could sell it to somebody. I say, even though I can't come there, I make it go towards your expense. So you could offer 1, 2 tickets to somebody. So people in the diaspora, there are ways that you could also show support for this particular dance or any event with Dara organized.
I want to mention quickly.
Dara and Tia, not just Dara.
Exactly.
Dara and Tia.
Yes, and I have to say this. I don't know who look for the woman where then recognize like, oh, Mrs. This and this do this and award and whatever, which is my wife not look for no award, but for we biggest struggle right now that try get out of the plywood house and we try kind of way to try to see how we could better that. And I kind of feel like people like think like I got money or got that thing there because I did dolly, even I don't know where they behind the scenes. I feel like my family for living in a better condition and how I got to live, you know. Because we still have really rat, probably still have to deal with things. And I really know when the Almighty ready for me, I left them in that situation. So, for say my wife got all the scalp and I have to cook for that program over the years and get burned. When I know they wrong hold the burning and I see all kind of different females and recognize, but nobody ever look on her. So I have to big her up.
Right. Big respect to
because she grind. She still have this card in Pana. And still, if she box on and then pick me and thing that still love and thing and so I think, you know, like I said, YaYa believes, yes, you get love with shouting, but the real kind of help and what you want to do, that's still a struggle. You understand? And I never even me come to talk about that, but he gone down the road. But all of the acts, the system, government, what they don't call, I like the big X tell me all the time, the certificate and the amount of thing, then they have to big up your chest. We, just like every other family, we need assistance, we need help. I mean, my wife, thank God, get a piece of land. Now the next move that we put on the house on it. That's how we want to do and get out of the situation. We do community work over 20 years. I mean, and still they do what we could do on the side. And that time now for focus there and put all my weight there. I know I have to complain, it might sound like that, but I have to express. I want to quickly tell the people, I know everybody look forward for the 23rd annual Bob Marley tribute. Yeah, be the 8th of February. You know, stay tuned to this here radio station or TV and get all the updates from that. February the 8th, Sunday, February the 8th, that'll be the annual Bob Marley tribute. And we push that and think. Yeah, I'm going to tell you behind the scene, and I just want to touch this cycle thing because I don't want a cycle rider over 25 years. Yes, I get me licked down from a dog one time where run cross and me and him collide and he jump up, gone away business. I deal with my scratches and my bike. My bike parks on time and knock on down and go about their business. But what I need to express, insurance, nobody ever claim or I ever claim because I think insurance, they up with me because I not crash like that. No, I not got no problem for this. The law you call it when I pass.
Yes.
But for a man like me and others who got 25 years, 30 years, I want clean record and I could check insurance if I knock down anybody out of peer. Why must I go to school again? I want to know if the instructor even got the amount of years experience we have for my bike. I reach to my bike, I might can't do the electrical part, but I could do, I even could fix when I'm not ready for nobody make money, I do my thing. I don't got no problem for them pass that for the young people who just get bike because it's true. A lot of the younger ones, they don't got no experience. They don't know how to even handle the bike that they need it. How you want to look for me we have nearly 30 years of riding bicycle and what you could show me, brother? Maybe if we not change certain laws, ride on the left hand side and not the right again or thing, then I understand it. But I really and truly never, and I still not like it because make the youth there learn that the new ones there, if you not got 5 years experience, you deserve that. Then our next thing, just like how people drive drunk with alcohol and high, with whatever drugs and it take, you do have people again we do that on bicycle. And I don't know why enter and leave club, they feel like they can handle that. There's when you dip on a high, you can't control no bicycle or no cycle and thing, you understand? And this happens for years and we going through this and I guarantee and I not put no mouth, not even a week after we do it and continue. Because why? Watch it this weekend. Now what does got to do with cycle people? One little boy 16 years old and the next one probably 18. Then they ain't got license for drive bike and then if they out there they deal with that. You know?
It's
no,
8:30, so
sorry, I said, but I had to bring that.
Run the dance again before we go for a break.
Yeah, respect.
Big respect to sharing though.
Yeah, this Saturday, all white tribute to Otis Redding, Belize Ex-Service League. It start 8 until food, drinks, everything.
Until what time?
Until.
Yeah, man. Till the sun come up.
I wish I could have got both. Come out and enjoy the vibes, come out and enjoy good music. And
give me a number for call you.
Again, the number is 623-3662. If you want book chairs, get tables early, or just like you say, want support. 623-3662. Bless.
Thanks, Dara. I remember Tia. One time I want to recognize people with money.
And the real name,
Tia
the real name, the Melanie Robinson. But Tia, just like me, I had my government name, that Joel Robinson. But you say that nobody knows.
Respect. Dara and Tia.
Yeah.
Break time.
It's a privilege to join you in Dangriga today for the official handover of the new Dangriga Forensic Scenes of Crime Office. While this project carries a financial value of around 740,000 Belize dollars, its true worth lies in the lasting impact it will have on justice and public safety in Belize.
The equipment that the U.S. government donated as part of this project was for not only general office equipment, kitchenette type equipment, storage lockers, but also what we call an evidence drying chamber, evidence storage refrigerator, and a fuming chamber or a fuming hood. Fuming means where you use certain chemicals to fumigate items that you want to develop latent prints off of, such as guns or metal cartridge cases, etc. The second half of the building, aside from where we are, is for the evidence processing area and the evidence storage area. Forensic Lab is still in Leadville, but this is a field office for crime scene people that go to the scene, make the first contact with some of these physical evidence, collect, document, package, process, and send to the Forensic Lab. If you don't get proper and adequate and reliable evidence reaching the Forensic Lab from the crime scene through this intermediate step, then the quality of the forensic report will be affected negatively. A building like this, and having our staff international certified, sets the foundation for us to take to the next level.
This significant improvement will ensure that our forensic experts have the tools, the training, and the infrastructure to carry out their duties with efficiency, accuracy, and accountability. And these will directly strengthen convictions relying on forensic evidence, strengthen the process that can lead to exonerations of wrongfully accused persons, and strengthen interagency coordination on local as well as transnational criminal investigations.
What made me want to start my journey in terms of owning a home was basically me having my own space, my own domain, and having something extremely special for my family. That feeling was indescribable. It was amazing, you know, moving in the first time, seeing all the new furniture, the new paint, the new accessories. I was amazed. Home for the holidays means to me bonding with my family, having an amazing time in the Christmas spirit. I would highly recommend Atlantic Bank's personal loans for home renovations because of what it did for me. I fixed my kitchen, I fixed my storage, I fixed my master bedroom, my showers, you name it, I fixed it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
This a trend, New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. From the border to the boulevard, physical fit. Under to my agony, strength in a it. Big up the farmer champions, them we do it. But who will take the crown in a 2026? This a creme New Year's Day cycling classic. Straight to Belize from from the northern district. To win this race, a happy cyclist dream. We make them boast, them take the sugar and cream. This a creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream.
It's the Creme New Year's Day Cycling Classic. All top class riders hit the pavement for the start of the cycling calendar. Thursday, January 1st, it's the Creme New Year's Day Cycling Classic.
This a creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream, 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 cream.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
to Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Time check is 8:41. So we have about 19 more minutes to make we reason up, and then it's going to be time to reason up with Morning Stew, Lisa, Frisco, and Groove, Creme Radio. And this morning, I have to call somebody. Somebody, they call me, and I know they studied the phone. So make I go back or call this person, because this person called more than one time. I see what I want to say. The number are 280-5848, or you could call me for my cell, 671-8050. I'm calling back this person to see if they'll answer the phone, because they call a number of times, and I did not take the call. Hi, good morning. You were calling WB?
Yes, I was.
Okay, you're on the air. Go ahead.
I'm on the air. Good morning, Sister YaYa. Good morning, Belize.
Good morning.
Sister YaYa, two things I would like to speak on. I want to be brief. The first one is the deplorable condition of the streets in Belize City, in the Janasha area boulevard in particular, Janasha area, and also the Lake Isle area. Also the villages, Lord's Bank, Hattieville, Ladyville, and Bainesville. Sister YaYa, I don't know if a lot of our leaders is not seeing the condition of the way our people is living. I don't know if our Belizean people is under a diabolic spell that they cannot speak out to tell our leaders that they are not happy with the conditions that our people is living in. So it takes rebels like you and I that have the love of our people at heart, and we would sacrifice whatever it takes to make sure that 500 years of which our people have already paid dues from slavery, goodness is due now to our people. We are tired of the condition of the liberty of all Belizean people and black people in particular. 2025, there is no way for our people to have to be walking in muddy water with all kind of germs affecting our children in particular and our elders. Mountains on top of mountains is in the hinterland of our country. We could source some big trucks, bring the aggregates down from mile 21, full up all of those swampy areas for our people. Our leaders need to do it. It is wrong. And not only God, but the Belizean people will judge you all and will hold you all responsible for the condition of our people. Billions and billions and billions of dollars have been donated, have been borrowed, have been granted to the people and government of Belize. You are not taking these monies and using these monies wisely. These monies are not for you, Mr. Leader. These monies is for the people of Belize. Therefore, we have entrusted you with the leadership to make it better for our people. If you have not the will to do such, then we are kindly asking you to relinquish your position and give it to somebody that have our Belizean people at heart. Sister YaYa, I know there are more people ready to call in. I surely appreciate the opportunity that you have given me and the opportunity that you, the time that you have taken out to call me back. Thanks and God bless.
Respect, brother. One love. I think I see one other person with a call. I can see if I could call that person back. All right, we're on Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Smart Technician Contact Way, they're on it. So after today, the phone's supposed to work good. They're also my phone provider, so that's why I hold them accountable. I'm calling back somebody. Good morning, were you calling WB? This is YaYa. I'm calling you back if you were.
YaYa.
Hi, brother.
Speak up this morning, man. I had to call on when I get up. I hear the talk about this girl thing and I want so fierce this morning, but...
Wait. Make I ask you, how you feel this morning?
feeling great.
You're feeling
Wonderful.
great. Make ask you. What can I ask you? I'll make a talk about where I want to talk about. When last year Karen wife out gone sews with her, I don't want Karen and Dara Otis Weddings dance this weekend go sews up with her on Saturday, that ex-serviceman league.
You asked me if I want to take my significant other.
Yes, to Dara all white Otis Wedding dance this Saturday, that ex-serviceman league.
I would love to do that, YaYa.
You want Karen then?
No, I won't.
Why?
Because the last time I checked,
Ah.
I had a child about 19 years ago.
And so if you can't go dance, you think you have a picnic again?
No. Once we have children, dance stuff with the next generation.
Oh man, stop it. I sure your wife don't agree with that.
Wait, I know you want to but here I have my explanation. Right? There are many more things that are important, like rearing my children and making sure they get a good education and example than me going to a dance.
But brother, life that for living, man.
Every now and again you go to one wedding, you go to one thing like that. But that's different.
Okay then.
Me taking my significant other to a dance, boy, I would have to get married. Or you would invite me to your wedding or something like that.
I hear a long show. Tell me who you call, but tell me who you want to lash out this morning. Why you want to lash out people early that morning?
Well, you know, I shouldn't watch the news, you know. I really shouldn't because I get so angry when I watch the news. And I say, how dare they? Now, let me ask you before I comment. I was watching the news and I saw when they inducted the Sambai and the thing.
Christmas
and
Brahma Sambai.
I went back and I got it on YouTube and I watched the whole ceremony so I could see what the thing was about, no? Okay, so there was, at the ceremony in India, wherever it was.
Yeah, New Delhi, India.
They had one person who looked Creole like me.
How you mean they only had one person who looked Creole like you?
Everybody else looked messy, so mixed with something else and a real Creole. So you couldn't care one of them and then from Malante or one of them. Brother,
to my knowledge, two people made it from Malante. You had brother Emmett. Listen, you had brother Emmett.
Wait, that's why I shouldn't put your foot in your mouth early in the morning. I am, listen to me. I am asking, I'm not saying. I asked if was somebody there who, I saw one lady who looked like me. This is what I'm asking about there. But then there were three who don't really represent me, no look not like me.
Listen to me.
They're not real, yes. I get you.
Yes.
But they don't look like me.
When you say look like, you mean deeply melanated, deeply dark-skinned people.
Well, I like my melanated thing there.
Yes, I hear you. So the sister who was the deeply melanated sister is the Secretary General of UNESCO. That would be Irene Palacio Morgan. She is UNESCO.
Even the Creole Council thing?
But that are official delegation. Rolanda could come.
Do you know where I bet that? So who the for the Creole Council there?
The sister Selena Solis, I believe her name is.
Well,
and then you had.
I'm going to give myself a heart attack one of these.
But this is what I want to know, brother. We should have find out that how much it costs to Belize taxpayers to that delegation. How much you think it costs me?
I don't care how much it costs. If it costs $1 million, I don't care. We bought a $250,000 car for painted the next week. No. I don't care how much that costs. If we could have buy one car, we're brand new and paint it blue because we have insurance. I don't care what it costs.
As Belizean people, we should care. We should care how our tax dollars are spent. So I don't agree with you on that. But go ahead. So you had a concern about how the people in look were gone from the delegation.
Yeah. No, I want to tell you something here. I watch TV, I watch the news, I watch everything. And every single time I watch it, I try to count how much people look like me, represent me. When meeting they had the other day, was it in Placencia? And they were all white people because obviously they own the beach. So they had to be present. You understand me? But I look out to see a lot of people believe I don't like black people because I let that Spanish girl, you know, but
Say that again. Say that again.
I like for this girl to live with, but
what kind of contradiction this now?
well, because I want to tell you something here, you have to understand me. Y'all black women are too powerful for me.
Make I hang up this phone. Make I hang up this phone. Carry the talk out of the side of your mouth now. But anyways, go ahead.
My mother was black. I love my mother to my soul.
Yeah, but anyways, I want left alone.
So much power for me. So people would have say, look, how come you defending this on one side and you're on the
other side? You talk out of two sides of your mouth.
Well, listen to me. I count when I see my people. I want to be represented. I count when they have the graduations. I count when they give people promotions. I want to see.
I want to give people scholarship. I want to give people scholarship with the count.
And the count I want to see because it's shocking. Yeah, you know, the other day they gave away 65 scholarships and there was like 9 black people in that crowd who look like me. You understand me? This is shocking. You know, frightening.
But why that one frightening when the majority of the people that believes that our people look like you? So it's proportionate to the amount of people in the population. I don't know what you're frightened about.
Well, I just is frightened because my people are not stepping up, or they are not being represented, or they are not seeing that, you know something, if I don't get involved, I'll be left behind.
I hear you.
You understand me?
I want to go to break. Anything?
I want to tell you this one more thing. Listen to me. There was a time when men walked along and chopped people's yard. Then the weed whackers came in and we had a lot of believers. We are losing our believers to chopping yard now, you know why? I want to tell you why. Because the past and the 2 sons called chop rape for a cheaper price than what the believers may do it. And I can't hate the man will do that. And I don't think nobody will hate the man will do and bring it 2 sons the last. Direct the son there and weed whack and they move on. So you know where I end up, they happen to we the guys who look like me. We are left behind. Then we are sit down and we are cry about only because we love black people and don't care about we because you didn't care about yourself. You didn't step up. You see? I love my people. I love black people. I don't understand it. And when I point out things that they don't like, they get upset with me. And I could say this because I am black. I represent that. I can't talk about the Spanish man or the Chinese man or the Indian man because I'm not. And that would make me a racist. I'm talking about my black people. You understand me? And if that hurts your feelings, well...
Respect, brother. I have to go to break, but thanks for the reasoning always. One love. Last break for the morning. Stay tuned.
What made me want to start my journey in terms of owning a home was basically me having my own space, my own domain, and having something extremely special for my family. That feeling was indescribable. It was amazing, you know, moving in the first time, seeing all the new furniture, the new paint, the new accessories. I was amazed. Home for the holidays means to me bonding with my family, having an amazing time in the Christmas spirit. I would highly recommend Atlantic Bank's personal loans for home renovations because of what it did for me. I fixed my kitchen, I fixed my storage, I fixed my master bedroom, my showers, you name it, I fixed it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
It's an massive season with massive deals and rewards at Penny's. From now through December 31st, earn double B-Bucks on store-wide purchasing every Saturday. That's right, 2 times the B-Bucks, which means 2 times the cash back when shopping at Penny's. Plus, get even more rewards with B-Bucks Builders on home goods, tiles, appliances, paints, and lights. And don't forget, there's also massive deals and discounts on tiles and the best brands in paints like Benjamin Moore and BH. Rewards, deals, B-Bucks. You can get it all this massive season only at Penny's. Quality and savings.
This a creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. From the border to the boulevard, physical fit. On to my agony, strength in a it. Big up the farmer champions, them we do it. But who will take the crown in a 2026? This a creme New Year's Day cycling classic. Straight to Belize from the northern district. To win this race, the happy cyclist dream. They make them boast, them take the sugar and cream. This a creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream.
It's the Creme New Year's Day Cycling Classic. All top-class riders hit the pavement for the start of the cycling calendar. Thursday, January 1st, it's the Creme New Year's Day Cycling Classic.
This a creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream, 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 cream.
Belize, it's that time again. GST-free weekends are back on December 6th, 7th, 20th, and 21st. Just in time for big savings for Christmas. On these weekends, most local retail goods will be GST-free at checkout. That includes frequently bought standard-rated goods such as furniture, appliances, electronics, clothing and footwear, Christmas decorations, curtains, rugs, Marley, toys, and grocery items like seasonings, mixed essences, mixed fruits, and soft drinks. Everything you need to make your December more affordable. And good news for the holiday cooks. Picnic shoulder ham, smoked ham leg, and imported turkey are 0 rated all December long. And before you leave the store, always take a quick look at your receipt. You should see the GST removed or discounted automatically. So that means more savings and more room in your Christmas budget. So Belize, let's shop smart this Christmas season. December 6th, 7th, 20th, and 21st, GST-free weekends brought to you by Belize Tax Services.
As we break ground, we celebrate a milestone representing progress. We reaffirm that every child, regardless of ability, has the right to strive in spaces designed for their growth, comfort, and happiness.
Most of the renovations will happen at the front, the administrative and the life skills learning center. We have upgrades to the kitchen. We are upgrading the perimeter fence, allowing for the ramp that will become the focus of the facade, and that will be built to code to make it safer for our students to use. We have bathrooms that are ADA compliant, and also just enhancing the access to the overall campus.
We had to do a little bit of negotiation to get Stella Maris included in this project. It wasn't automatic and it wasn't easy, but we're really glad that we were able to do that, because this is an important place. This school matters. You matter.
This project is all about the Ministry of Education, the government of Belize, investing in the future of these young, differently abled people.
Well, that time for shut the shop. Before I do, I just want to make sure that Belizeans, listeners, viewers, those streaming online, understand what a UNESCO inscription mean. It means the cultural or natural site get officially recognized as having outstanding universal value, or UV, to humanity and placed on the World Heritage List for global protection. It required the host country to ensure its preservation, management, and safeguarding for future generations. It brings prestige, increased awareness, and sometimes financial aid. Thanks everybody. We're calling this morning. We're focused on the recognition by UNESCO of the Christmas Bram and Standby as submitted by the Creole Council, supported by ISCR Niche and the people of Gills Point, Manatee. Centering the motorcycle bill, there's a protest Sunday, December 21st, 1 o'clock from Memorial Park. We talk about, what is it about? Dara come, Dara, I'm going to guess this morning. Saturday, the all-white Otis Redding dance, the ex-servicemen league, going to call Dara $10 or pay $15 a door, or send you $25 and get your, reserve your table and chairs. Big thanks for everybody who listen. Creme Radio, watch it on XTV local channel, live stream at XTV Belize YouTube page, XTV Belize Facebook page. Give thanks to Kim Gavanglo, feed me, to the security guards, Roger Rushford, known as Rapper, and Nora Shane Flowers. Here at XTV, we have very capable, efficient team. Brother Cliff Lewis, known as the Glue, senior technician, and then technical director Christy Flowers, awesome youth. And then downstairs at Creme Radio, we have Larry Guerrero, known as Larry G. The show on repeat at 3:30 this afternoon here on XTV. We're going to share the XTV Belize Facebook link and the XTV YouTube Facebook link. Until tomorrow morning, when Brother Noor Mohammed will be hosting, on a member say, on the organized people and save the people.
We had the changes, WUB, and all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We got to keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody got to put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WUB, get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people, do your part.